There's a reason the previously unknown Atomic Heart's latest trailer blew up out of nowhere. This glimpse at the Soviet nuclearpunk nightmare is a dizzying mix of weirdness, from zombies to robots to blood tentacles. But what is this game actually going to be? I talked to developer Mundfish and got a few clues as to what's going on. On a grand scale, Atomic Heart's looking at an alternate history of the mid-20th century, in a USSR that experienced a technical revolution very early. The internet, robots, and holograms have been invented, but amidst a political context of peak communism and distrust of the West. The game itself is set at Plant 3826, a Soviet installation that's seen a terrible accident that's turned its robot population into an uprising. A lot of the robots we see are designed to look unthreatening at first. That's because, in Atomic Heart's fiction, they're sold more like iPhones than weapons. They're a household utility gone haywire, not an army. That doesn't quite explain this absolute freak, though. The main character is a KGB agent sent to investigate the issues at 3826. Unfortunately, we're told he's gone completely insane, which might go some way towards explaining the trailer's more surreal images. The non-robotic threats haven't been properly explained yet, but Mundfish CEO Robert Bagratuni says the game is stuffed with weird things, a conscious reflection of the secrecy of the real Soviet Union, where research institutes worked on experimental projects kept secret behind the Iron Curtain. That inspiration goes deep. Odd events from the real Soviet era will apparently be referenced in the game, from the mysterious mutilations of the Dyatlov Pass incident to the death of Leonid Brezhnev, when the Communist Party played Swan Lake on the radio for 4 hours instead of announcing his passing. Incidentally, Swan Lake will be getting a techno remix in the game. I can't wait to see how that one turns up. While much of the audience focus has been on the game's shooter elements, and particularly its resemblance to Bioshock, melee combat will apparently be a major element of the final game. Mundfish says it's aiming to make what feels like a first-person Bloodborne, and we can see dodges, grotesque finishing moves, and even what seems to be a combo meter throughout the trailer. Gunplay sounds like it will take more of a survival horror approach, with scarce ammo making every shot count, especially in bunkers, which sound like they'll act as the game's dungeons. There won't be a great deal of ranged weapons, but the weapon customization we see briefly will apparently be complex enough to add extra depth to whatever you stumble across. There'll also be utility items. The odd stopwatch that we see on the main character's wrist apparently ticks to attract or distract robots, and Bagratuni mentions that an item can be earned to drive trains across the game world's railroads. Speaking of the game world, that quick shot of the map makes it look huge. Bagratuni says that's definitely the case, an open world encompassing the Arctic Circle, plains, forests and mountain passes, alongside a sizable underground level of bunkers and facilities that make up Plant 3826. The gigantic statue we see early on is based on The Motherland Calls, a huge tribute to the Battle of Stalingrad that can still be seen in the city of Volgograd today. But we also see real-life city names like Pushkino, which shouldn't be anywhere near the statue. It's not clear if this map is a smaller version of Russia or an alternate history that saw real-life landmarks placed in different locations. We've seen early trailers not match release versions before, but that glimpse of the UI and what looks like glowing item pickups in certain shots lends credence to Mundfish's claim that it's playable in some form already. With no release date set, this is all we have to go on for now, so if you've spotted anything we've missed, let us know in the comments below. And if you want to watch the trailer without me jabbering all over it, we've got you covered. Bye!